Good evening. In today's session, we are going to see about strings in Python and some of its manipulation techniques. And we are then the next topic is nested data structure. So we are going to see what are strings, how to manipulate strings, and what are nested data structures and what are their uses. So the topics of today's session are strings and its manipulation and nested data structures. So you know very well about strings. Okay, so string in Python is a sequence of characters. A number of letters will together called as a string. In other words, we can say it as a word or sentence. So it is used to represent text. So the string is used to represent text such as words or sentence, or sometimes even numbers also may be treated as a string. So for example, a phone number, postal code, these things are treated as strings. So strings are one of the most commonly used data types in programming for handling textual data. So for handling numericals, we have so many data types like integers or float. Similarly, for handling the textual data, we have the data type called string. So here the string may be either single quoted, double quoted, or triple quoted. Usually so far we have seen string inside the double quotes. So here we can also indicate the string using single quotes or triple quotes. So inside the quotes, what are the things present that is treated as a string? So the key characteristics of string are it is immutable. Strings are immutable. So immutable means once created they cannot be modified. That is called as immutable. So we have already seen an example for immutable tuples. Okay, so tuples are immutable. Similarly, here strings are also immutable. However, you can create a new string based on modification. So if you want to modify, you have to create a new string. The already created old string cannot be updated or modified since it is immutable. You have to create a new string with modification or updation. And also strings are ordered characters. So it maintains the order of characters which allows indexing and slicing. So strings are ordered. So if always in ordered items we have indexing and also we can able to slice the item. So these two are the key characteristics of strings, immutable and they are ordered. So some of the basic string operations are concatenation. So concatenation we have already seen it is combining two or more strings. This combination operation will carried out using the plus operator. So for example, in greeting you have hello plus and then you have some space and then plus world, which means this hello and world are combined in between a space left in between. So this space will be added to both these strings. So the output will be like hello world. So this means we are adding the space to the previous string as well as the after string hello and world. So if you want to combine two or more strings, you can use the plus operator. And next is a repetition. So if you want to repeat the content, that means if you want to repeat the string, you can use the asterisk operator. So here ha into 3. That means this ha will be repeated 3 times. So the output will be like this ha ha ha. So 3 times repetition we are representing in terms of a asterisk operator. Then indexing. Since these strings are ordered characters, we have an index for each and every character. So you can use this index to access the individual characters. And this indexing starts from 0. As you know, it will start from 0 and end up with n minus 1. Here word is equal to Python. So Python is a string that is stored in a variable called as word. So print word of 0. That means it will print the letter that is present at the index position 0. That means here P is the word. So output will be P. Print word of -1. So -1 is the minus always represent the reverse direction. So it will print the word that is in the reverse direction. So here N is the uh, letter that is present in the negative indexing. So the output will be N. So when it is starting from the reverse direction, it will start from 1 and then -1, -2, -3 like that. Then fourth operation is slicing. So slicing means extracting a particular substring using the index. Or you can give the start, stop, start, end position so that that particular string will be, that is called a substring, that will be extracted and printed. So the syntax will be like this: start, end and step. So as I told earlier, step is the count count that starts from the beginning. So here substring equal to word of 1 to 4. So starting index is 1, ending index is 3. So n minus 1, so it is 3. So from the from the word, we have to slice 1 to 4. So this is the word. So position 1, you have y, position 1, position 2 and 3. So YTH is a substring that will be printed as the output. So this is called as slicing. So apart from these, so these are the basic string operations, and furtherly we have some other operations like these things. So we have lower, upper, strip, split, join and replace. So lower, lowercase, uppercase. So if you use the lower command, all the characteristics of the word will be converted into lowercase. And when you use upper command, it will be converted into uppercase. All the entire characters will be converted to uppercase. So the syntax is like this: Python dot lower. So inside the strings we are quoting. You can also use the variable name like word dot lower. So here inside the quotes we are representing the word dot lower. So the output, you may see that all the characteristics are converted into lowercase, and here it is Python dot upper. So all the characteristics are converted into uppercase. So in this way, you can use the lower and upper commands. And then strip. Strip means removing the white space that is present at the end. So here you can see hello, we have some space. So dot strip. So when we are using this strip command, the white space at the end will be removed and that will be presented as the output. So only hello will be printed without this white space. So remove the white space. Leading as well as trailing. That means you can remove the beginning as well as the white space that is present at the end. And next operation is split. So split is it splits a string into a list based on a delimiter. Delimiter here it is a comma. So it will split a string into a list. So here the string is a comma b comma c. So when we are using this split command, it is converted into list. So list contains each element in the form of a string. So here whole string is converted into separate strings. So A is a separate string, B is another separate string, and C is another separate string. So this function is performed by the split operation. Then join. Join means it will join. It is just the opposite of split. It will join all the uh, elements in the list together as a single string. So here you can see only the delimiter is presented inside the double quotes and join of A, B, C, the list is provided. So here all the individual elements are combined together as a single string. So this is the join function, and finally you have the replace function. Replace means replacing the occurrence of a substring. So you can replace any character that is present in the string. So here python dot replace p comma j. That means so p is already present, that is to be modified as a new character, that is called as replace. So here we have python. So at the output you may see that p is replaced as j. So this is how you can do the replacement. The entire word cannot be replaced or modified, but still a substring can be replaced. So these are some of the common string operations. Once again we'll recall: lowercase, uppercase, then striping. Striping means removing the white space at the front as well as at the back, then splitting. So remove the splitting means remove the split a single string into number of elements into a list, and join means it is opposite of split. It will join all the elements into a single string. And replace, you can replace any other substring into the original string. So next is string formatting. So string formatting, already we have seen two methods. First method is using fstring and second method is using format method. And third method you have a percentage formatting. So in fstring, so this will be the syntax for fstring. So this is used to print the output, used while printing the output. So fstring format means print f of my name is, inside the braces you have the variable, and I am another variable old. So while reading the output, this name and age will be replaced as Alice and 25 automatically. So this is fstring method. And format method, you simply give the statement with empty braces, and at the end you will use the format command. Inside the curved braces you have, inside the parenthesis you will give the value, so that at the output this will combine with the statement and you will receive as a output. This is a format method. And another third method is percentage formatting. So here you will specify the data type of the output. So here my name is, so name will be usually a string, so you will specify as percentage string. And I am, so we are going to specify the age. Age is an integer, so percentage d, years old. So close the colon, double quotes, and we will give percentage of string comma integer. So this is the another method of string formatting, which is the percentage method. So these are the three string formatting method where you can receive the output as you require. So we have a task with string. So write a program that takes a user's full name and returns it in uppercase with the spaces removed from the beginning and end. So this is quite easy. You can try it on your own and you can submit it. So the next topic is nested data structures. So we already know a data structure, it may represent. So we have seen some of the data structures like list or dictionary. So these two can be called as a data structure in Python programming. So nested data structure means a data structure containing another data structure. That means a list containing another list, or a list containing another dictionary, or dictionary containing list, or dictionary containing dictionary. So these are the four possibilities where the data structures gets nested. So that is given in the definition part. So nested data structure is a data structure containing other data structure. For example, a list can contain dictionaries, or a dictionary can hold list. So these structures are used for, usually they will be used to store and manage the hierarchical data. So we are dealing with the hierarchical data or some of the complex data, we have to go for nested data structures. That means we have to put a list inside a dictionary, or put a dictionary inside a list. So in those cases, we can use the nested data structures. So some of the real world examples are given. So matrix. So a matrix is represented as the list of list. So in most of the complex problems, we will be using the matrix values. So in those cases, it is represented as a list of list. And the second example is user data. So in most of the cases, we will be using the user data, employee data, so and so. So these data are stored as dictionaries containing nested list. For representing the hobbies or any other activities, we will be storing it as a dictionary list inside a dictionary. So these are some of the real world examples. So some examples are given here for list of list. So as I said, there are four possibilities. Out of that, two is list of list and list of dictionaries. So list of list, we can say an example as representing matrices or tables. So here a matrix is given. So as we are dealing with list of list, so the matrix is a list of several list. So here you can see 1, 2, 3 is a list. 1, 4, 5, 6 list number 2, 7, 8, 9 list number 3. All the three lists put together inside a single list, that is called as matrix. So when you want to access element from this matrix, you can access using this command. So print of matrix 1, 2. That means it will print the element in the first row, and that means first row means it will represent second row, because 0 is the first row. So in this matrix, you can see this is index 0, index 1, index 2. So similarly, column wise, this is 0, 1, 2. So here we have matrix of 1, 2. That means second row, third column element will be printed. That means second row, third column is 6. So that will be printed as the output. So this is accessing element in the list of list. So similarly, you can access element from the list of dictionaries. So list of dictionaries means it is a list that contains many dictionaries. So here you have key value pairs such as name, Alice, age, 20. So these are two key value pairs, and here you have two key value pairs. So we can call this as a dictionary and this as a dictionary. Altogether, students is a list of dictionaries. So now we can access print students of 0 name. So 0 means it represents the first dictionary. From that I am accessing name. That means Alice will be printed as the output. So this is how you can use the list of dictionaries. And next is dictionary of list. So here we have list. That means we have several marks as list, and we have a key called as math and science. So we have key value pairs. So these lists comes under the dictionary grade. So printing grade math of 1. That means at the index 1 in the max key value we have 85, so that will be printed. So this is an example for dictionary of list. Then we have dictionary of dictionaries. So dictionary of dictionaries is used for storing complex nested information, maybe such as a data, a user data, human data. For medical data, we can use dictionary of dictionaries. So here we have two dictionary, user 1 and user 2, that put together in another dictionary called users. So I am accessing users, user 1 age. So in users, user 1 age is 25, that will be printed. So here in this way you can store the values, store the data inside the dictionary, and you can access any type of data. So these are some of the examples of nested data structures. So modifying the nested data structures, you can modify or update the data structures. So here you can give the specific value that is to be updated in which position, which row and which column. Suppose matrix 1 2 is equal to 10, it will modify the element that is present in the second row, third column, that will be modified to 10. Similarly, user 1 age equal to 26. So here we are adding another user. So user 3 equal to name Charlie, age 22. These values will be added to the previous dictionary. So now we'll see an example and hands-on practice to deal with nested data structures. So first task is to write a list of list, to write a program as list of list to display the sum of all the elements in the 3 cross 3 matrix. This is quite easier, so you can do it on your own. And the second task is dictionary of dictionaries. So create a program that stores information about employees and allows retrieval based on employee ID. So we will work on this program. So what is the problem statement is, you have to create a program which stores information about certain employees, and it should allow retrieval whenever needed based on the employee ID. Suppose if you give the employee ID as input, it should print all the information that is stored about him or her. So this is the task that is given. We will see how the Python executes the task. So we'll see how to use the dictionary of dictionaries. So for easier understanding, I'm pasting the command here. Create a program that stores information about employees and allows retrieval based on the employee ID. So initially I have to create the employee data. I have to store the information in a dictionary. So for that, I'm creating a employee database. So this is a overall dictionary where all the other dictionaries are going to be stored. So this is overall dictionary. Under that I have to create a individual dictionary. So one, so you can give name, say double quotes, Anita, comma, age 20. So here its braces are not needed. Department can give ECE and designation engineer. So this is dictionary 1. So once dictionary 1 is completed, we can close the bracket and go for dictionary 2. So I'm going to enter the same keys, but the values are different. So name is Arun, age 25, department triple E, designation engineer. Dictionary number 3, Priya, age 23, ECE, manager. So I'm completing my dictionary here. So entire dictionary of employee database is completed. Now I'm going to access the data. So the second condition is you have to retrieve the database based on the employee ID. So for that, create a function. So def get employee details, employee ID. So I'm creating this function to retrieve the details of the employee using their employee ID. So inside the function, employee is equal to employee database of employee database dot get MID. So under that, if employee print of so slash n is used to print the details in a new line. So employee ID 24 name employee name, so I'm just copy pasting here. So to print the other key values, so age is equal to employee age, then department designation, department designation. So in such a way, so the employee details will be printed once you give the employee ID. So if this employee ID is not found, we have to give a else condition. So else print f of slash n employee details not found. So this is the function definition for after getting the employee ID. So before that, we are giving the user the two conditions whether to view the employee details or to just exit. So for that we use the Boolean condition while true. That means if this employee ID is found in the database, while true, print f of slash n employee information view details, and we can give the second choice as exit. So then choice has to be get from the user. So choice is equal to input. So it will ask for uh, option 1 or 2. So we can simply give us 1 or 2. Instead that we can give a new line. So this will be accessed by the user if choice is equal to 1, print choice is equal to 1, We can give using try function, try and error. We can use the try and except value error function. So as we seen before, so under the try, you can give employee ID. Under the try function, you can give employee ID equal to. So we have denoted it as an integer. So int input of enter the employee ID. So this should be given in double quotes. Then we have to go for the function get employee database details. So we have defined the function as get employee details. So we have to go to the function with employee ID. Then use the except value error function, except value error function, which will print the output as invalid input. Suppose if we are inputting the ID that is not present in the dictionary, it will generate the command called as invalid input. If these two conditions will apply only if the choice is 1. If choice equal to 2, 2 represents, so here we have defined 2 as a exit. So print exiting the program. And we have to give the else statement. So for that we can type like else print invalid choice. Either the choice should be 1 or 2. So if the choice is 1, it will fall under this condition. If the choice is 2, it will fall under this condition. If these two cases doesn't occur, if these two are false, it will go to the else block. Therefore, it means that neither the choice 1 or 2 is selected. So it will output this statement as invalid choice. So this is how you have to write a program for nested data structure. So initially you are defining the nested data structure, and according to the problem statement you are defining the employee details based on the employee ID. So employee ID, once if you give the employee ID, it will print all these values. Else if this ID is not present means it will display employee details not found. So if this condition is true, that means it will print, we are giving two choice for them. So one is of choice one is view the details and choice two is exit. So after executing this block, it will ask for the choice. So either to view the details or exit the program. If you want to view the details, put input choice as 1. So if 1 is received, this block will be true and it will be executed. If you enter 2, this block will be executed. If you neither enter 1 or 2, it will it will display as invalid choice. So now we can run the program. We will save it as dictionary. So once you run the program, the display is asking like this: employee information, view details or exit. So we have entered 1 or 2 as the query. Run the program. It is asking for employee information. So this is the main block that will be executed first. Depending upon the choice that is given, it will call the function and it will use the dictionary. So this will be the main block. So I'm giving 1 to view the details. So it is asking for enter employee ID. I'm giving 3. So it will display all the details that is stored in the employee ID 3. So name Priya 23 ECE manager. So this is how you can retrieve the data using the employee ID. So now again it is asking. So this condition has been worked. Again it is asking. So I need to exit. So that's all. Exiting the program. Again it will ask for the details. So and so it will. So if you want to stop the loop, you can use the break command here to break the loop here. So this way you can create a employee database and you can retrieve the database using the employee ID. So that is about strings and nested data structures. In next class, we will see a different topic in the next session.